welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Chloe, and today I'm going to talk through / do a little bit of a library book haul because I have so many library books at home right now that I need to read. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a haul, show you which ones I've got, and you can just see the books that I'm borrowing from the library. So let's just get right into it. The first book that I have is Wicked by Gregory Maguire, and obviously this book, well, when this video goes out the film will be out, but the film is coming out soon. Had to borrow this book. I'm going to read this / I've started reading it. I'm on literally page 17, so I'm not that far in yet, but so happy, so excited about this one, and yeah, I'm very excited to properly get into this and get reading. So that's the first book, and then we have two Christmas books. Literally borrowed these the other day. So we have Make You Mine This Christmas by Lizzie Huxley Jones, which is obviously a little Christmas book. I will read the back of this one. I'm not going to do Wicked because everyone kind of knows what Wicked's about at this point. But this one says, after the year from hell, Half is ready to blow off some steam at a Christmas party. A no strings attached kiss with a stranger under the mistletoe is just what she needs. But by the next day, rumours have spread. Everyone believes she and Christopher are madly in love, spending the festive season with his family in the English countryside. To save her new friend from embarrassment and with no better plans of her own, Half agrees to go along with the ruse until she meets Kit, Christopher's mysterious, magnetic and utterly irresistible sister. So we have a lovely little romance here. So excited, and yeah, I'm excited to dive into this one. I don't know how to put these once I've done them. Maybe I will start a stack behind me. Then we have The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. If I read this, hopefully I will, this will be my first Lucy Score book. So that's exciting. I've not read one of her books before. I have a couple sat on my bookshelf. The Things We Never Got Over, I have that series, but I just haven't got around to reading it yet. But this one says, there's only one thing standing in the way of Cat King saving a small town's Christmas festival, a grumpy town manager, Noah Yates. Single dad Noah takes his responsibility seriously, and when a late season hurricane turns merry Connecticut into a disaster, he's left scrambling to pick up the pieces of the town he loves. That is, at least, until home renovation expert and smoking hot reality TV star Catalina King arrives with a camera crew and a big budget. But Noah doesn't want a celebrity diva capitalising on their tragedy or filling his daughter's head, there we go, with visions of glitz and glam. They can't be in a room together without rubbing each other up the wrong way, except that time in the dark alley where the rubbing was just right. Okay. Can these enemies work together to pull off a Christmas miracle, or will their fighting leave them both on the naughty list? So obviously this is a little enemies to lovers romance, but it's also single dad romance. And in Chestnut Springs, the second book of that is the first time that I have kind of read a single dad romance, I don't think I've read one before that, so I'm excited to delve into that a little bit more with this one. And yeah, that is the next book that I have from the library. Then moving on, this one is a recommendation that is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. This is a thriller, I think, but it's not actually classified as a thriller. So it's classified as just fiction, but it's more of a thrillery fiction. So it says, everyone knows a couple like Jack and Grace. He has looks and wealth, and she has charm and elegance. You may not want to like them, but you do. You'd like to get to know Grace better, but it's difficult because you realise they are never apart. Some might call this true love. Others might ask why Grace never answers the phone or can't meet at lunch without Jack, and why there are bars on one of the bedroom windows. So this is going to be interesting. I don't really know what to expect. I want to see if there's trigger warnings in the front of this because it feels like there should be. It definitely feels like there should be, but there is not. That's weird. But it definitely feels like there should be trigger warnings for this, because it doesn't sound good from the back, does it? Who knows? But then maybe it's the other way around. Do you know what? Ow. Just whacked myself with the book. Maybe it's the other way around. Who knows? Who knows? I'm excited to dive into that one. That would be very good. Next one was a book recommendation from a customer who we were talking about books, and they had read this one recently, and that is Lies We Sing to the Sea by Sarah Underwood. And I'd never heard of this book before, didn't really know anything about it, but I read about it and it seemed really interesting. Haven't got around to reading it yet, but I can't wait to do that, and I'm hoping to read this before Christmas, because I feel like this is a cozy little read. Like, I feel like I could sit in bed and read this, and I really like the cover. Like, how nice is this? I literally love it. This is why I don't like fantasy, because I can never pronounce the words, and I feel like, I can't remember what fantasy book is it. I think it was, oh my god, this has a content warning in the front. Ooh, okay. There was one book, I think it was in the Shadow and Bone series, or maybe it's, I can't remember, but there's a book, a fantasy book, where the series has how to pronounce the names, the words, everything like that, and I love that. Please give me more of that, because I never know how to say them, and I need to know how to say them. But yeah, so that's the only struggle I will have with this, but I'm actually quite excited. It sounds really interesting. The next book that we have is Death Note Volume 2. I've read Volume 1 already, had this for a while though, and I haven't got around to it yet. That was upside down. But I'm not a huge manga person, but this series has kind of taken off. So I was like, maybe I'll just read it and see what it's like. But I honestly don't think I'll get around to this, because as much as the first one was good, and when I finished it I wanted to keep reading because I wanted to know what happened, I feel like I would get by just googling what happens in the series. So I might be doing that. But this is the next book that I have from the library. Then I have 3 books that were recommended by Bella Mackie on her live videos and like interviews that she's done and stuff like that recently. So I've borrowed all of them from the library, and I'm hoping to read them soon, because I just want to see what they're like. And I think she's so intelligent, and I want to know everything that she knows, because she just seems so intelligent. So we have Nobody will tell you this but me, and this is non-fiction. Yeah, I don't really know what it's about. I'm not going to read that one just because it's non-fiction. Actually, I might not read any of these just because I want to speed this video up a little bit more. Then we have Wandering Souls by Celia Pym, and yeah, again, another hardback. They're about the same length-ish. And then we have The Five, which is about the women who survived Jack the Ripper and like their lives. But from everything Bella Mackie said about this, it stops right before their interaction with Jack the Ripper. So it's like getting to know them as people instead of about what happened to them, which I really like. And I did start this at work, but I just haven't got very far with it yet. But I am going to get around to this because it's very up my street, considering I am a psychology student. So yeah, I can't wait to read this one as well. So those 3 are books that she's spoken about recently, and I was like, let me get these from the library. I feel like The Five I'm gonna want to keep, like I'm gonna want to get my own copy of that. But yeah, then we have Mockingjay, obviously Hunger Games, Suzanne Collins. Can't get over these at the moment. I'm obsessed. I've finished the 2nd one in the series. This is obviously the 3rd. Haven't yet read Songbirds and Snakes. Is that what it's called? I think so. If not, I don't know. But yeah, I want to read this one ASAP. I'm in my Hunger Games era. Can't believe I'd never read Hunger Games before now. Like, I don't know what happened, but how have I not read this before now? Crazy. But I love Hunger Games so much. I love the movies, so it's no surprise that I'd love the books, but I just can't believe I never got introduced to them before now. Like, it feels like such an original thing, and I just can't believe I've never read them. It's crazy. But yeah, this is very high up on my TBR list, and I want to get through this soon. I want my own copies of all of these, and I want like the nice special edition like hardbacks as well. But I have nowhere to store them at the moment because my bookshelf is tiny, so I'm like, I can't get them yet. Hence why I'm borrowing them from the library. And I like all the new covers of these. Like, I like the bright colours on them. So yes, that is the next one. Also not going to read this one because everyone knows what Hunger Games is about. If you don't, educate yourself, read the books, watch films, do whatever you need to do. But yes, love, love, love Hunger Games. Then I have the last 2 books in a series. I'm literally coming to the end of this now. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. So this one is Before Your Memory Fades, Before We Say Goodbye. There is the next one out after this as well, but I'm not borrowing that one yet. I need to finish these 2. I've literally had these for quite a while now, and I need to get onto them because I do love this series. These are quite good in between books because of the way they're written. They're obviously translated, and it's very like, I do this, then I do this. And it's not like a traditional English book, if that makes sense. Like, it's not the same way that we write. So I love that, and I can't wait to get around to these. But basically they are about a cafe that has a, you're able to travel back in time. You can also travel forward, but not many people do it because there's no way to make sure that the person is there on the day that you're traveling to. But you can't move from the seat. You have to go back to the present before the coffee runs out. And there's another rule, I can't remember. But there's always a woman sat in the seat, so they have to wait for one point in the day where she goes to the toilet so that you can go and travel back in time. And loads of people don't do it. But yeah, so it's really, really, really good. Do really like this series. Can't wait to finish it. And technically that's all the books that I've got, but I have got one more that I've just finished reading literally the other day, and that is Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is my favourite Hannah Grace novel. My favourite book in the series. I love it so much. I need my own copy of this. I want my own copy of the whole series, but this one, there's just something about it. It's not as spicy at all, but it's so good. And honestly, I ate this up. I honestly loved it so much, and I would really recommend, if you didn't like Icebreaker, I would still recommend you read this one because it's very, very, very different. And yeah, I just loved it. I honestly did. Would really recommend. And yeah, so that's all the books that I have from the library, and that's my little haul. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon for a brand new one. Bye.